in this question, they're not so much interested in your opinion as far as what interests you least. They're interested in what your priorities are and about the position. So if the key part of the job, let's say, is to do whatever, communication skills or talking with different people, and you hate doing that, and you talk about, well, what interests me the least about the job is that thing that's very important, it's going to be hard for you to move on through the process. You probably won't get a job offer. Think of somebody, let's say, as an accountant, and they said, well, I don't really like working with numbers. I really don't like doing the number stuff. I like doing this other aspect of the job. Well, if you're an accountant, working with the numbers is the job. So think about that. I mean, if it really is that, then you should be looking for maybe a different position or a different type of job. But really what you're looking for as far as this question is what interests you the least is something that is not very important to the job. It might be an aspect of the job, but it's not very important to the job. So for example, maybe if you're an accountant, what you don't like doing is some of the paperwork or some of the filing with the government or something like that. It's a necessary part of the job. You do it and explain you do it, but then you move on from there. So let's take an example of this where I'm emphasizing what I like least is something very, very small in relation to the job. Well, with the sales position, I love working with customers and I really like closing sales and hitting the numbers and really helping the organization to succeed and grow. But you know what I probably like least is filling out the expense reports. I know it's real important. I do get them done. I always get them done on time, but filling out the reports and doing the expenses is just kind of a drudgery part of the job. That's a necessary and important part of the job. And certainly if I want to get reimbursed, I got to do my expense reports, but it's not something that I look forward to every day saying, boy, I get to do expense reports today. Like I do when boy, I get to work with some customers today and I feel real excited about that. So, but I like least probably doing paperwork and particularly doing expense reports. Okay, so you saw how I talked about something very new to the job. Doing expense reports or reports is important. And I even said it was important and how I always get them done on time, but it's something I like least. But if somebody was interviewing me for a position, they want somebody who's going to be great with customers and hits their numbers. In this case, an example was a sales position. And you know what? Get the reports done. Everybody might hate that. One thing too, if you're in management, usually with managers, what they hate or what they like the least about the job is firing people or terminating people, unless you're kind of an ogre, I guess. So that's a good thing that any manager will certainly understand. Like, it's necessary, you do it as a professional, but you talk about, you know what, still I'm letting somebody go. It's not the favorite part of the job, but sometimes it's necessary. So if you're a manager, that's another tip you could use as well.